Welcome from Maria Pia Beltran, AIPS Media. Dina Asher-Smith is the winner of the AIPS Sport Media Awards 2020 Best Column category with her piece, Think Racism Doesn't Affect Me. It's out almost every day for the Telegraph. She's mainly well known for her records on the track as a UK 200-meter athlete, and she's with us today. How are you, Dina?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I hope that you're all well and staying safe despite the world being very, very strange right now. But thank you.
So, first question, was this your first gold medal as a writer, and how did you start writing?
Definitely. It was definitely my first, I guess, gold medal as a writer. I've been technically writing for a while. I did a history degree at uni, so I'm quite a confident essay writer. So that's something that I know that I'm kind of I'm all right at. Definitely had to work hard to get good grades and have some sort of writing skill in university. But I took the column with the Telegraph Women's Sport mainly because quite frankly, it was the only newspaper in the UK that was working really, really hard to elevate women's issues, particularly in sport, using their platform. And it wasn't just kind of reporting on women doing sports, but it was discussing stuff like periods, like REDs, like, I don't know, osteoporosis, undereating, body image issues, and stuff that does affect everybody, but is definitely more pronounced in the female space. And I thought that was really unique. And I wanted to be part of that team when it started. And so it is my first time ever winning anything for writing. I was so stunned because honestly, when I wrote it, it was something that was very, very close to my heart. It was quite difficult to write. I mean, difficult to bring myself to write. But when I was kind of doing it, it was okay because obviously it was my own words and my own thoughts. But definitely a huge shock. I did not even know that there was big writing prizes like this. I had absolutely no idea. So yeah.
So good. In your column, you felt it was the time to speak personally about racism. So, how did you come to that consciousness?
Because when I wrote it, it was last summer, about the time, just about a month or so after the murder of George Floyd, who obviously the trial is now in the courts in Minneapolis. And I remember that I feel like, particularly for a lot of Black people around the globe, it was a very difficult moment because obviously you had the pandemic and all the stresses that everybody was feeling anyway. Everybody was in this heightened state. And then it was kind of seeing something play out on camera that I think, particularly in America, lots of people are aware that happens, but there's not always a camera to record it. So when there's not a camera, you think it's pretty easy for people to say, oh, it didn't happen like that, or they can disqualify it. But when there's a camera and the whole world can see it, definitely happened the way it was said. And also it's very difficult to see again and again, and when we're all trapped inside our own houses and it's on the radio, the TV, the newspapers, Twitter, every single social network, it becomes something that in that time, particularly as a Black person, you start reflecting on your own life and reflecting on your own experiences. And I just thought, I've got this opportunity with the column that I have. I usually spend my time writing about issues in women's sports or for young sports people, or elevating some of the up and coming stars in women's sports. And I thought, well, I can use my column to speak about this, because I think it would be it is my column space, and I thought that that's the way that I wanted to use it for that particular moment in time.
How proud are you of having a voice, an opinion that transcends sports, because you started from sports?
Yeah, I think I am really proud, but I think it's I am really proud actually. I never thought about it like that, which is why I stumbled on that question. I think it's definitely something that I'm getting used to, but I am really proud because, as you said, I did start in sports. I am a sports person. I am in sports. That's where I am. And particularly when I was younger, all I wanted to do when I grew up was go to the Olympics, because I saw it on TV. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to the Olympics. I did not care how I got there. I could be swimming. I could be dancing or doing some sort of artistic gymnastics that I found out I wasn't very good at very quickly. I could be doing anything. I just knew I wanted to go to the Olympics. And even on a sporting front, it's amazing how working hard at that dream has put me in this position, because I didn't really ever envisaged that I'd be one of the fastest women in the world, which is crazy to me, but you know, I'm rolling with it. It's great. Just keep going. But also an unintended consequence is your voice, as you say, carrying weight. And I think that that needs to be treated with a lot of respect, because things that you say and things that you stand for, they have more meaning because people respect you in a sporting space, and then you have this chance to affect change and make the next steps for the next generation easier and better. And I know everybody has lots of different reflections on how they should use their platform, and I think everybody's has every right in the world to use it in whatever way they want, because it is their platform. But for me, I do feel somewhat responsible to use it to make other people's lives a bit easier and their journeys a bit easier. And I saw that raising awareness and hopefully making more people think through this particular column was my way of doing that at that moment in time.
Regarding this matter you're talking about, I've read that you visit school and talk to kids, especially girls.
Not in the pandemic. Normally, not now. No. But yeah, beforehand, yeah.
Of course, in a normal way. How moved were you after these talks? So what are the things that are coming to you?
I mean, kids, I love talking to kids. They're so funny. You get a whole range of, are you faster than a bus? Are you faster than Usain Bolt? Can you run faster than a cheetah, than a lion? So I get that whole spectrum. And then with kids just being very upfront and forthcoming, I actually find talking to children as a good barometer of how we are as society, because they just kind of very just truthfully and honestly replay what their opinions are of stuff. So I remember somebody actually once said to me, I didn't know women did sport. So in my head, I was thinking, oh, we need to do a better job of showing that. Exactly. And then these other girls some of the times they come up to me with small anxieties about the way they look and their weight. Then you're like, I can obviously do my best to talk to them, but you also think, oh, as society, we need to be doing better at that as well, you know. So that's also why I enjoy going to schools, despite the fact they're really funny and it's fun and the kids are always a good laugh. But I think, it's a good barometer for what messages we're sending out, because, especially when they're younger, they don't have the kind of caveats to, not all of them, to decipher, you know, life and what it's like, and you get a very accurate portrayal of what life is cast as when you speak to children. I think it's important to show us where we've got more work to do when you speak to them.
And personally, how do you feel, or what do you think when you're about to start a race? Do you feel anything, or you just put your mind in blank and you go? And how would you compare this with writing a column? So when you have your empty file in front of you?
I think when I'm racing, I just think about what my coach wants me to focus on. So normally I have a few things that he wants me to focus on in the race, and then I just focus on chilling out and having fun. I absolutely love racing. I am definitely somebody that loves competition. I love the adrenaline rush. I love the roar of the crowd when there are crowds. I love the tension at the start line. So I normally have to calm myself down because I'm super excited and stay focused. So normally I'm like, calm down. And then I'm just focusing on what to do. And when I'm writing a column, I think that there's definitely a difference. Obviously, there is no like 80,000 people in the crowd around you. But I think I have to find myself again in like the right mind space to do it, because I enjoy writing on stuff that I'm passionate about. And I think that when you're passionate about something, it's often I don't want to say it's not easy, but it's far more natural, and it flows much better when you're passionate about the subject that you're writing about. So I kind of just try and write down everything that I think and feel, and I play with the sentences and how they sound and how they flow and all those fun linguistic-y things. And I just kind of try and allocate some time, like a long time, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So I recently wrote a different column. I think it was for the Players Tribune, which came out on International Women's Day earlier this month. And that took me about 3 days, honestly, like because I'm one of those people that and that's 3 days from like start to finish. And it's something that it's very different to running, very, very different.
In one of your columns, you mentioned playing with your family as something that instilled the competitiveness in you. So they didn't not let you win, so you had to earn it. Do you think you are earning the right to speak up column after column?
Oh, that's a good question. To be fair, I don't know if it's earning the right. I think everybody has the right to kind of use their voice and speak up however they like. So I don't know if I don't think that each column I'm earning the right, because I think I've already got it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all got it. Everybody here has it, whether you have a column or not, or whether you've got a platform or not, you have a right to use your voice. But I think I'm definitely, I like it. I really like writing. As I said, I did a humanities degree, and I think that just language and words, it's a really fun way of playing with meaning. You can translate so many different ideas with just, okay, that's a really bad sense, because of course you can translate ideas with language, but I think it's a really powerful tool that you can portray something with. And you can use, when you want to get a point across, you can use visual, you can use audio, but I like writing right now. it's fun for me, and something that I can do safely from my own home.
A romantic writer in the proper sense. If you could meet just one person in the world that you admire and would like to listen and to have a chat with, who would that person be?
Oh, I think it'd be Serena Williams. That would be really cool. I really admire.
Never met her before?
I haven't, no, I know. So I think it would be her, because I think I just think she's really amazing. She's so brilliantly talented, and she's won, obviously, like the greatest tennis player ever. Like, she's amazing. And I think it would be just great to, I don't know, say, well done in person. I don't think I'd want to, I don't think it would be about asking questions. I mean, obviously I would, because you've had the opportunity, but I think, as particularly as an up and coming sportswoman, an up and coming young Black woman, I think it would be like just basically saying thank you, because you've been an icon for so many of us, and you've been so amazing for like your whole career. So I want to say in person, like, we think you're amazing. That's basically all I want to say. So I think Serena would be cool.
If you are thinking about the pandemic that stopped everything, that this year we have Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and then World Athletics Championship in Eugene 2022, the World Athletics Championship in Budapest, and then Paris 2024. So back-to-back major championship. How are you and your preparation going on?
It's great. I'm fine. I'm all good. I've had a hard training week, so that's probably why my voice is a bit hoarse. My coach has been really, really testing us. But it's really exciting. I think this is an era that track and field has obviously never seen before. We've never seen such a condensed global calendar, which obviously means as an athlete, you have to tackle it intelligently, which is why my team and I used last year as like a building block foundation year. But also it's just so many opportunities for everybody in the sport, and there's opportunities for the sport of athletics to really capture a whole new fan base, and for new stars to be born. So yeah, it's a really exciting period for us, and I'm really happy to be able to be competing in it.